Larry in Texas writes to me and he says, Paul, I have speakers with Class D powered subwoofers at the front of the room and the rest of the equipment at the back of the room. I therefore need 2 outlets. Is it better to run 2 dedicated circuits or to run 1 circuit to the 2 outlets? If it is okay to run a single circuit with 2 outlets, is it better to run the circuits in series or in parallel? I plan to use 10-2 Romex wire and a 20 amp breaker. Thanks. You know, AC wiring is one of those foundational aspects of a stereo system that we really don't think about a lot. Now, of course, we make power plants and we are big advocates of getting the AC power right. And I have for years been telling people that the foundation of everything we hear starts at the wall socket, right? Because regardless of, unless you got, well, even battery power starts at the battery, the source of power, right? But let's stick to AC power. It's super important that you get that right and you don't starve your circuits of power, or that you have dynamically modulating power. It makes a difference, especially the power amplifiers. Now, a lot of circuits are regulated, and power isn't quite so important to them, but it all matters. So, my best advice, if you can, it sounds like you're going to do some wiring, home runs. To the extent that you can, always have a separate wire and receptacle going to each piece of equipment. Now, upstairs in our reference audio music room, we have a whole bunch of plugs, and every single one of those has that same 10-2, actually 10-3 wiring, Romex wiring, going back to a sub panel. And there's probably 20 up there, which is total overkill, but when we were building it, it was cheap, right? So I'm an advocate of home runs, never in series. That's the last thing you want to do. When you say parallel, that's what I think we're saying together here, right? Parallel means we have 2 wires, each one following a parallel path back to a central point. That's what I call a home run. You might call that parallel. That's fine. Call it whatever you want. But don't put them in series. Don't have one feeding the other. That's the wrong way to do it, because each one that you plug in, each of these products is adding a little bit of noise, and if it's a power amp, it's actually modulating the power going in. And you can actually put an oscilloscope, we do it all the time to show people, you can put it on the power, on the AC power, play something, and you can see the music right on the AC power. And that's something that you want to avoid, and you can really mitigate that with separate AC home runs back to a separate sub panel. Okay? Thanks for the question. Good luck with your project.